Yesterday, I received like the second worst news of my life. The first thing was losing my daughter. Um, Long story short, October 16, 2024, her and I consumed a frozen chicken Alfredo. We didn't know it was on recall. 2 days later, October 18, 2024, it took my daughter's life. And I'm going to try to sum this up as the quickest way as I can so it won't be such of a long video. But being that she passed away October 18, 2024, 2 days after consuming unknowingly recalled food, frozen chicken Alfredo. This entire time, being that I had a lawyer, I just got the news yesterday they dismissed her case. And it's breaking my heart so bad because it's just like, there's so much evil in this world. And the elite, the rich people, these high corporates, they can do these things. And I feel like they already got laws in place to protect them. And I really feel like the CDC just got paid off to dismiss my daughter. So that's why her case just got dismissed. I know I post my videos here and there about her, but I could really never go into detail because from my mind, like if I was to, let's say if I had like a big following and it went viral and it went on the news, if I'm doing this under, behind my lawyer's back, and hypothetically someone else get that attention and then to get exposed, they could have been dropped my case. So it's like I had to be silent of what's happened to my daughter. And it's not fair. She was only 12 years old. Like, literally, chicken Alfredo was her favorite food. Like, if y'all look at my page and see how much I cook, I love cooking. I could cook like a whole Thanksgiving meal. This little girl would eat seconds of that, but she would still go get her a chicken Alfredo and probably still be hungry. Like, her little butt can eat, right? So it's like, it's just so unfair that it's so much stuff on recall. Not even just food. It's so much high blood pressure on recall. So much stuff on recall, and us as the consumer, we are not aware of it. You know what I'm saying? And I blame the store. I don't want to say I blame myself because I didn't know. I didn't know. I blame the store for not having the right signs up. If that store would have had a sign that that particular item was on recall, my baby would still be alive. So it's like this entire time, from the moment I tried to rush her to the hospital, honest to God, my baby just kept saying her stomach was hurting October 16th. I had one person comment, oh, why didn't you been take her this, and that? My first initial thought, I thought my baby was starting her period. Please show me one person on this earth when they child say, oh, mommy, my stomach hurt, you think your child is dying. Like, if you truly living in fear like that's not, we're not even supposed to be living in fear. Show me one person that would be like, oh, my baby dying, let me hurry up and get it to, like, I thought my baby was starting her period. I did not know my baby was internally dying. I didn't know the food was on recall. Even I got sick. But I'm assuming my immune system was strong enough. Hers wasn't. I've even showed proof of purchase, which I bought 7 of them. Collectively, she ate 5. I can't recall if it was all in one day, but I'm just assuming maybe if she ate 1 or 2 of this recalled item, she would still be here. Maybe if she ate 3, maybe even 4. It's the fact that she consumed so many and it collectively added up. This is just how my mindset is thinking. I ate 1, I got sick as well, but I'm now like after the second day, I'm thinking maybe it's like a bug from school because there was a lot going on around that time. So I'm like, okay, whatever, not whatever, but my mind is so going. So the last day at Earth, October 18th, that morning, I had a seizure. I have seizures all the time. My seizures mimic strokes where it paralyzes me. My speech is slurred. I can't move. I can't move. I can't talk. And her stupid dad, like, this man dismissed her when she was 6 years old. This man put me through hell. This man took me to court when I stopped being actually active with him. So I went through hell with Iyhari. I had to always call the police to get my daughter back from and prove that she my child. This is what I had to go through. This is why I left the state that I'm from and got away from that situation. I'll never be the type of mother that's gonna keep their child, their child away from the dad. But if it's a toxic situation, I'm gonna get out of it because I just want the best for my kids. Like for them to be blaming this on her heart, like y'all really trying to say her cause of death is myocarditis. Definition of myocarditis is inflammation of the heart. Y'all really trying to sit here and blame it on her heart. If anybody know me, I'm always at the doctor with my kids. So many different specialists, neurologists, hematologists, cardiologists, sleep studies, like, man, so many health issues. Like, people always made fun of us when we wear masks. Like, y'all don't know what people be going through. Y'all don't know what type of health issues somebody going through. Oh, you're overprotective. You're this, you're that. Man, if a doctor would have ever told me, I knew in this same particular hospital, this hospital had to send her blood. They had to keep testing her blood, This was when she was younger. Now, you mean to tell me, y'all sitting here trying to blame it on her heart. Y'all can't tell me when you're pregnant. They can tell if your child got Down syndrome, anything. They can tell when your child has heart problems in the womb. Then when you give birth, if the child had heart problems, they can tell you then. Or just Lord's will in their upbringing as they're growing. Correct? Am I tripping? I was never told she had any heart problems. Since her passing, I've been getting my children's hearts checked. No signs of, I'm not saying it's a one test. Oh, yes or no, you got myocarditis. It don't work like that. They're probably going to have to be checked the rest of their life. But it's like, I was never told, even in her passing, she never said my chest hurt, I'm shortness of breath. She only kept saying her stomach hurt. The closer, I had a seizure that morning, her last day on earth. I couldn't move, I couldn't talk, but I'm just praying like, Lord, give me the activity of my limbs, because, you're not supposed to drive like that. But I'm like, Lord, just give me activity of my limbs, give me activity of my limbs. Like, I'm going to get it there, So when I tried to get her there, it's like, it breaks my heart. I feel like she truly felt like she had to be strong for me. And this sounds so ignorant for me to say, but I felt like she had to muster the pain so to protect me. But it breaks my heart to know that she was dying and I didn't know and she didn't. I would never blame her for not telling me. I'm pretty sure she didn't know, but I'm just saying, I wish I was already driving fast. I wish she would have said, Mommy, it felt like I'm dying. You know how much faster I would have drove? So it's like I say, when we get, it's like the closer I got to the hospital, it's like the quicker she started to decline. So we get to the light is red. We're right by the hospital. When I say this light was red for so long, and it was cars, a police right in front of me. I wanted to flick my light so bad, blow my horn. I wanted to be telekinesis where the police just cut his lights on and just guide us there. Then I wanted to flick my lights and just be reckless and just run through. But I thought the police would gun us down. Just look at this ignorant world we live in. I didn't want to chance it, but it seemed like as long as that light took it, if that light would have turned green, I feel like I could have got it there in time. But the moment I turned it, the way they have this stupid Children's Hospital valet. I've never seen a valet this freaking dumb. Y'all know how y'all go to Burger King and how the lane is this tiny. And when you in the line at Burger King, and let's say the line is wrapped around and it's too long, and you can't you can't go around because the curve is there at Burger King. This is how they have a children's hospital valet. So it's a car in front of me. They got all four doors open. They're lollygagging. They're laughing. I'm screaming, help. I didn't once after the light is one more, it's like a stop sign. Then it's the hospital. she was seizuring, she'll scream and lose conscious. That's how my seizures are as well. So you just don't think that your child is dying or died. Her last words was, Lord, please take away the pain. The last thing she said. And when I say the 2-week process of planning everything for her service, it's like God gave me this type of strength and peace that only God can explain. I cannot explain it, but if it had not been for God, I wouldn't be standing here today. But it's like, this is just my understanding how I articulate things. Because people can be so selfish in grief. You know what I'm saying? You can see your loved one suffering, and you can be like, oh, don't unplug the keep them on life support. Keep them suffering. And we don't think about the person that's actually suffering. So for her to say, Lord, please take away the pain, and she took her last breath, I thought she was unconscious, because that's how my seizures are. My kids be thinking I'm in here dead sometime when I don't respond. All my children have had seizures before. I had genetic testing done. They inherited epilepsy from me. But y'all steady telling me ain't nothing wrong with me. How is it that my child inherited, genetically tested, been proven that they inherited epilepsy from me, but nothing's wrong? That don't make sense. We just get so dismissed as Black women. They always tell us our pain ain't real. They always tell us we seek it. I've never done drugs a day in my life. I'm about to be 37. I've never been in a club. I be in the house with my kids. I don't be outside. I hate going outside. Since her dying in my car, I hate driving. I'm scared to drive. I literally just had a car accident and lost the car that she died in. It took me a long time to process that, but I asked God, if they deem this car total, Lord, is that your way of letting me know I need to release the car that she passed away in? Because I felt like I was trying to protect it with my soul, because that's when she took her last breath. But I understand now, it's part of the process. So I'm all over the place. My emotions are all over the place. I slept on it, but I just really prayed that I could get my baby story out there, because I couldn't say nothing this whole entire time, because we were steady waiting on proof. So with that being said, I can't just be out here saying the name of the chicken Alfredo, right? This is just my mind. I could be wrong, but I know I'm right. And I'm not saying I feel like I'm right about everything. I'm saying about this particular thing. If I was out here bashing this company's, the food name, without proof, and I say, oh, this Alfredo, they can sue me for defamation if I don't have proof, which I had proof. I had one more left. I gave it to my lawyers. I don't know what they did with it. But it has been proven by the barcodes, and it has been proven that this particular Alfredo is on recall. And mind you, this after my daughter passed. When she passed October 18, 2024, this is around the time, I feel like I'm yelling. I'm sorry, y'all. I feel like I'm just all over the place. This is around the time when like 5 people died from McDonald's. From their food, from the onions. And like, these companies, I truly feel like, man, y'all see all this. I no longer buy bioengineered. It's so much crooked stuff that they're putting in our food. I wish that this stuff could get banned in America. Should nobody else have to lose a child, an elderly person, a human being shouldn't have to die off eating food. This is just so scary, to eat your favorite food and it kill you in 2 days. This is the world we live in. But don't nobody know it, because my daughter wasn't good enough. I don't care what nobody say. If she was the opposite of her skin color, that hospital would have did better. They would have had compassion. They took one look at me. And treated me like I killed my daughter. I could not even see, like, when I rush her, I picked her up. I'm screaming for a wheelchair. I take her inside. I'm beating on her sternum so hard. I'm checking her pulse. I don't feel nothing, but it's not registered that my daughter is gone. Y'all can judge me for whatever, but who just sit here and think their child is gone? I thought she was unconscious, because that's how my seizures are. You know what I'm saying? So Even in the midst of me doing that, this is a children's hospital. They never even said, ma'am, do you need help? Is she okay? They never cared about her. They told me to step aside so I can give her name, date, and birth. They were more concerned about me checking her in than checking on her. They had no available rooms. Then when they get a room, it's one of the rooms where, where they had like the little baby cages for like newborns in hospitals so they don't fall out the bed. They had to wheel that out. And then when they finally had a room for her, he's wheeling her in slowly with the wheelchair, like real nonchalant. And then he back nonchalant. He's like, I don't think she's breathing. And I was like, what did he just say? So the moment, now they panic. Now they immediately rush her back then. You know what I'm saying? But however long they're working on her, I was recording it. That was 8:35 p.m. October 18th, 2024, approximately 8:35 p.m. My daughter truly died in my car at least 8:30 p.m. All this time I'm doing air quotes. They call themselves working on her. The first update, I said this in another video, but they call her, I get back there at 9:21 p.m., right? Because they put me in this, I'm doing air quotes, this silent room by myself. So when I get there, first when I asked, can I see her? They pretty much like, they really wanted to be like, as long as you can keep your shit together, as long as you be out here hooping and hollering, then yeah. But if you finna be doing all that, no. Like, this is how they talking to me. They didn't say those words verbatim, but this is the demeanor. This is how these people are talking to me. So, but I remember my response. My response verbatim, yes, I can keep my composure. But who, as a parent, is a human being who know how they're gonna respond seeing their child dead and gone? Who? Show me somebody that could just see their kid and just be quiet. I'm pretty sure some cold-hearted people out there. But my kids are my world. So as I come in there, y'all said y'all was putting her on these machines. I didn't see no machines. Only thing I seen was the tube down her throat. It wasn't even the bag that goes like, it wasn't even a bag. It just was the tube. It was a heavy set lady doing compressions. Y'all see how skinny she was. This little girl was little. She was skinny. It was a big lady doing compressions on her. Every compression, my right hand to God, it looked at this color. It didn't look like blood. It was gushing out. I always, in my mind, it looked like pink starbursts. This stuff was just gushing out of the tubes, every compression. I thought stuff would be like the movies where they have machines. I thought doctors take turn. Like, I thought she could be put on life support. I thought she could be put on a list for whatever organ at the time that I knew it was going on. Like, where was the protocol? She just got dismissed. So as the lady's doing the compressions, it's the lady standing up on the side with a whole attitude like, I'm gonna give it 10 more seconds and I'm gonna call it. So I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, I just got here. Call what? Like, what does that mean? So in my mind, like I say, for her last words to be, Lord, please take away the pain. Some people may not believe in God. Some people may not have no relationship with God. Y'all just don't understand what that means as a child to ask that. That means the relationship that I have with God, it trickled down a mother's prayers. That means, oh my God, Jesus, oh my God. That means the prayers and the worship that I do with God in my house, that it trickled down to my daughter for her to have her own relationship with God. For her to have her own relationship with God, to ask him that. You understand? We can ask God for so many things right now. He may not answer. It may be delayed but not denied, or it could be a hard no. But for her to ask that, I have never, God, why did you take my daughter? Oh, I don't believe in you no more. Oh, I would never, because she asked. Had he not took away the pain, hypothetically, if she would have survived to 2026, I would be living in a children's hospital probably every day with her. But I can't say that because I'll see if it was just one organ. I'll see if she just was on a heart transplant for however long. Y'all know that could take a long time. Let me tell you these results. This stuff ate up all my baby organs. I cannot pronounce the words from her pathology. But this stuff, it was a bacteria on her liver, kidney, her spleen. The definition of the bacteria is found in the plants, the water, the soil. Doesn't that sound like where the consumer, where our food is being grown or made? Or am I tripping? Y'all was so close to proving it. But let me go back. Let me go back because I'm all over the place. And my voice is like this because my allergies, I've been having an allergic reaction for the past 2-3 weeks. I'm sorry. And crying. So, when the lady said I'm gonna give it 10 more seconds, I felt like a giant. It was like 10, 9, 8. I said, Lord, you don't never have to do anything else for me. If you do this one favor for me, could you please do this miracle and bring her back to life? I thought it was going to be like 3, 2, 1, and she sit up and breathe. The fact that she did it, and her last verse was, Lord, please take away the pain. That, it took me a while to get here, y'all. Everybody always be like, be strong, be strong. Y'all need to quit telling people to be strong, because that's a job by yourself. That's hard being strong when you ain't got nobody. You don't have nobody but God. Like, you don't have nobody but your kids and God keeping you. Stop telling people to be strong. Stop. That stuff hurts to be strong. I'm talking about family after family. Everybody did me so dirty during her funeral process. But God gave me like this grace to give to others. He put like this blanket of grace on me. I should have been going out. You know how what they call it? What they call the bride, the mean bride? I should have been the mean mom at the funeral. No, you can't see her. No, I'm talking about God put this perfect blanket of peace on me to where I allowed those that did me wrong to say their goodbyes, even though they wasn't there. I had grace to let them say goodbye. I didn't have to do that. I cannot explain that peace. Like I just wish like right now, I really wish when it rained, I wish there'd be God tears and he just wipe away all this evil in the world. I really wish like this type of peace, this type of strength, this whatever this is God giving me. I should be losing my mind. I should have been lost my mind a long time ago. I wish I could share it with the world. Cause I can't say how am I still standing? It's nothing but God. If you don't believe in God, get a relationship with God. Like how can you not believe in God? He literally showed me after my daughter passed. Y'all remember the movie Lion King when Mufasa was in the sky, the big cloud? He showed me. In my bedroom, he showed me telling Iyhari, well done. He allowed me to see and hear that. He told my daughter, well done. That's enough for me, God. I thank you, Lord. Hallelujah, God. Thank you, Jesus. That's enough for me, God. Because we sit here. I'm so sorry for yelling. But I've been holding this in since 2024. And they just dismissed my daughter case. Like she wasn't good enough. Like it was her fault. I am so sorry for yelling. But I'm not going to give up on my daughter. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to always advocate for my daughter. They really just talked to her dad and he just agreed to dismiss it. How y'all talking to a man that took me through hell? That literally took me through hell. You dismissed, you have not seen your daughter in 6 years. My right hand of God, this man told me the reason I don't be checking on her because I know she in good hands. What type of effed up compliment is that? Oh, because you a great mother. Oh, what's this? I'm sorry, I got a dark sense of humor where I can't stand that dude, but we making them single mother songs. What type of stuff is that to say as a deadbeat of an excuse? Shoot, am I all state of something? I know she in good hands. Who says that? You have not seen my daughter in 6 years. The only time you really just saw her before she died is because when I went to my hometown to let her see her grandmother, I had her standing in front of the door. And I called the grandmother house phone and said, you got an Amazon package at the door. And she opened the door, was so excited to see my daughter because I have not been in my hometown at that time 2 to 3 years. So it was shock. I love pulling up on people like, just that excitement. Like, oh my God, what you do? Like that. And she said, go wake her dad up. She ain't seen him in 6 years. That's how they reunited. He take this one visit like he been in her life for the whole 12 years. So I want to ask fathers this. I want to ask men this, or parents. How would you feel if you have not seen your child in 6 years, right? You literally only call her 2 to 3 times a year. My right hand to God. The conversations don't last no longer than 3 to 5 minutes because it's always, hello, hey baby girl, what you doing? How's school? All right now, love you, bye. Like this man, you call her on her last day of earth. It took me a long time. I really thought I was having a seizure. I can always hear my surroundings, but I cannot respond because I'm stuck. My circulation is cut off. You know how when you having a stroke, how your face see, I'm paralyzed, but I can always hear. My soul was crying, but I didn't know why. Her dad got to say goodbye. Her dad got to say he loved her. I don't take that from him. I'm not jealous of it. I don't feel no way. But you got to say goodbye. And you got to say I love you. But you just told these lawyers it's okay to dismiss. How can you dismissed her when she was living for 6 years? But you just dismissed her. You just agreed to dismiss the case. How can you give up on your child? I don't care if she gone. I will find if I could go to the highest mountaintop. If I could go to the highest mountaintop and scream, help! Whoever could just get her on the news to get a little spotlight on my child. So the right person can find me. And I'm not looking for no lawsuit for no money. I'm looking for the truth to come out. So nobody in the world ever. I done heard it's another little kid. I heard 2 stories. I heard a lot of stories. Another, I don't know which state. I think it was here. It was a little girl. She ate Taco Bell. Died 2 days later. Same thing. Said her stomach was hurting. I think she was a 5-year-old. Then another child. I'm yelling. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Cut the volume down. I'm going to have to put this on top of the video. Cut the volume down. Another child. Heart just collapsed at school. This is 2026. Why don't we have machines where we just stand in the machine and scan our whole body? Like we should be knowing when these children have heart issues or whatever, cancer. This stuff should be caught early. No family history of heart. You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't believe it. I truly believe the food on recall that she ate was deteriorating her organs in the inside. And it caused so much stress on her heart. That's what caused her heart to be enlarged. Y'all can't just blame this on her heart. I'm not accepting that. I'm not in denial. I know what happened to my daughter. We both ate it. It made me feel sick too. I just had a stronger immune system. She didn't. She had a blood disorder. This same hospital had to send her blood to Africa. They had to keep when she was younger. They had to keep doing so much blood work on her. They kept thinking she had leukemia. They kept thinking she had sickle cell. They kept blood work after blood work. So they was like, and she was scared of needles. She kept crying. They was like, please, can we get one more? This particular hospital that just treated me like I killed my daughter, you guys are the one that sent her blood to Africa to get the diagnosis of hereditary erythrocytosis. And you guys always told me it's nothing to worry about. If her skin or eyes ever get jaundice looking, that's when you bring her in. Or if her urine is dark, that's when you bring her in. That's the only thing I was told. Her blood cells were shaped like sickles, and her blood cells do not produce enough oxygen. I've been asking these doctors for so long, do any of me or my children have weakened immune systems? I've been trying to get so many genetic tests, like, is this inherited from me? Because when my brain swelled, I had one black neurologist. This is the only neurologist that told me what's going on with my brain when I'm having my seizures and migraines. I literally have migraines that can last 2 to 3 weeks. nonstop. This is normal for me. It literally mimics strokes. It's called hemiplegic migraines. This is why I stay in the house. I have so many triggers. I can't have cheese. I can't have chocolate. I can't have caffeine. Like, it's so cut grass. If somebody smell like cat urine, if somebody smell like, I never smoked a damn like somebody smell like weed or cigarettes or gasoline or fresh cut grass, I instantly get a migraine. If my migraine get too strong, it triggers a seizure. So, I'm all over the place. It's just been so much. So I'm going to fast forward to the whole process of it starts with her passing in my car. Literally the moment I pulled into the children's hospital. But how they have their valet, that's a liability. Because any other hospital, you should be able to just pull up to the door and receive help. They come out or you run in. Why is it a valet with cars in front blocking you? That's a liability. Start there. 2, I get her in. When I ask to see her, they pretty much telling me long as you keep it together. They call her time of death at October 18th, 2024, 9:22 p.m. From the moment they call my baby's time of death, I instantly get interrogated by a coroner's office, CPS, and a detective. Now, I've never been through nothing like this. I already run in my right mind because I literally just lost my daughter. They didn't even give me time to process or they didn't even give me time to process. So I'm looking like I wasn't tripping. You know how you could be hysterical like you being accused or whatever. In that time, I wasn't even tripping because I know I didn't do anything. I know what happened to my daughter. I know my daughter ate this food. At this time, I'm not even on this on recall. What made me get to this conclusion of once she passed, I remember a few days when she was living, I had bought the carton lactose milk. And I remember when I bought it, when I opened it, it was thick and clunky. And when I Googled it, it said recall. So that's when they're interrogating me. Mind you, her time of death was 9:22 p.m. They didn't get done talking to me till 11:30 p.m. They're asking me all these questions. Literally what I just said to y'all in the beginning. Honest to God truth. She ate. Oh, I wish I could say the name of the Alfredo. It's in all stores. It's a green box, a frozen Alfredo. It's not just that. At this time of her death, it was 20 million pounds of chicken on recall. Y'all see what that man with Campbell Soup said? I would never feed my family that. That's for the poor. That chicken is 3D printed. That chicken is bioengineered. I would never bring anything bioengineered in my house. One day, this is all just recently, whenever that Campbell Soup came out, because I can't even walk in the grocery store and walk past the item that killed her. I'll break down crying. Like, my PTSD is so bad, right? So I had to muster up the strength to go grab it. And I read the ingredients, bioengineered. You know what I'm saying? So I just be putting 2 and 2. I really, like, this stuff is stressing me out because I need to make sense of it. But blaming it on her heart ain't it. It was not her heart. It's the food she ate. The food was on recall. So they interrogated me from 11:30. So I specifically told them, like I just said, like the food she ate, blah, blah, blah. At the time, I didn't know it was on recall. So now they're like, okay, now we got to follow you home and investigate your home. And I'm looking like, huh? Like, okay. Like, I ain't got nothing. When I say I'm such an honest person, an open book, okay. Like, I ain't tripping because I'm not seeing, what's the word I'm looking for? They're really in their mind assuming I did this, right? I'm not catching it yet. Looking back, I can see what they were doing. And I'm going to tell you why I feel this way. So when I get to the house, the CPS lady, she's like, she got to drug test me. That's when it clicked in. I was like, what? I'm like, what? But I'm also like, okay, like, I ain't never done drugs in a day in my life, so I know I ain't got nothing to hide. Come on. Then I get a call 2 o'clock in the, they didn't leave my house at 2:30 or 3 a.m. I get a call like 2 a.m. Donor. The lady, hello, laughing. Hi, my daughter just died at 9:22 p.m. Hi, I was just calling to see if you want to donate your daughter's organs. I said, what's funny? I don't understand what you laugh like. I had to hang up on this lady because what's funny? But how am I donating? Y'all, how am I donating organs when y'all said her heart and her lungs collapsed? That's all I knew at the time. What am I donating if y'all said her heart or her lungs collapsed? Y'all could have took all my baby organs and I wouldn't even know. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't in the room. Y'all wouldn't let me in the room. So what am I donating when y'all said all her stuff failed? So now I'm OCD. If y'all seen videos of my house, y'all know I keep a clean house. Like I love a clean house. I love cleaning. I love cooking. This bed right here, Iyhari has never slept in it. This bed is brand new. It's messed up because I come in here and sit down and cry sometimes, but she has never slept in it. Literally like this. Brand spanking new, right? She sleep with her sister. This literally how her sister bed was. And I'm OCD. I literally tried to do this. And the man was like, don't touch that. Don't touch that. And I was like, dang. I was like, my bad. I was like, I'm OCD. I was like, I tried to instill in my children, first thing you do in the morning is thank God, make your bed and go use the bathroom. But I was like, I try to instill in them and let them be independent to make their bed, but it irks me when their bed is not made. I was like, I'm sorry, I just did laundry and just wash their covers and stuff, and I try to be on them keeping they, to keeping their bed made. He gonna say, you just did laundry. Why did you just do laundry? I was like, he's asking me this because he's thinking I killed my daughter, washed the covers, and then brought her in deceased. I really wish I can get the footage of that light, the red light, so you can see me at the light panicking. I don't know if I just how my mind works. I wish I can get that footage, and I wish I can get the footage as I'm pulling in, as I'm screaming for help, as I'm screaming for a wheelchair. I'm outside beating on her sternum. I'm bringing her in. I wish I could get that footage. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, don't touch anything. We got to wait for forensics to get here. Forensics is that white truck that pull up, even though she was already at the hospital. Forensic is the white truck that be outside of people's homes with that gold in your logo or whatever, your city, your state, wherever you from. But yeah, I'm not knowing none of this because I'm like, huh? Like I was flabbergasted because I didn't know what was going on. Then like I have seizure medicine, migraine medicine. Like that's other than that, I can't stand medicine. I hate taking it because it made my memory. The seizure medicine that made my memory so horrible. But just typical basic medicine, and it's prescribed to me, right? It's never nothing crazy. They take a pictures of all that. Looking back, I get it now. That's their protocol. When a child, when a death has happened, I understand that's protocol. I didn't understand that back then. It took people to explain that to me, right? So, they didn't leave my house to 2:33 3 a.m., right? So now she passed away on a Friday. I was like, how can I know where her body is going? How would I know this information? I had to wait till Monday. Now, I can't recall if they opened at 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. Whichever time it was, if it was 8 a.m., I called at 8:01. If it was 9 a.m., I called at 9:01. I called, gave her name. They say, yes, we have her body, but she has not been registered. Call back at 10 a.m. Y'all, I called back at 10:01. Her autopsy was complete. So let me rewind a little bit. Because this just how they treated me. This is my experience. Can't nobody tell me, oh, you just being racist. Oh, you over exaggerating. This is what happened to me and my child. Because of this children's hospital, what y'all put in y'all freaking clinical notes or y'all assumptions y'all had about me, at the end of the day, I understand is people out here truly harming and illing their kids. I get that. But where is the compassion? Where is the saying guilt, innocent until proven guilt? You know what I'm saying? It's a child. Where is the compassion for the child? Until y'all got results from her autopsy, and if I'm going, okay, let me say this. They said call back at 10, right? I called back at 10, her autopsy was complete. Mind you, before they left my house at 2:33 a.m., the CPS lady mind you, she died on a Friday. We're going to come back Monday. I'm going to record all your toilets. I'm going to make sure you got running water. And I'm just looking like, what the heck she got to do? I'm so confused. Like, why she got to do that when my baby died off eating some? Y'all, I was so confused. I was not in my right mind. But I'm not seeing what they doing, how they treating me. I understand it's protocol. For those that's going to be like, oh, they do that to everybody. Duh. It's protocol. But you ain't going to beat, man, whatever. Y'all be in my shoes. Walk, man, okay, whatever. Right? I'm tripping. I know y'all like, she talking to herself. I am. I'm all over the place. But I'm OCD. I'm structured. I like on time. So when come Monday, 8 o'clock, 8:01, I'm waiting for this lady to call and knock on the door. Come 9 o'clock, no call, no show. 10 o'clock, no call or show. I'm like, dang, why the CPS lady didn't come back? I'm waiting for her. Like, because I know I ain't got nothing to hide. Come on to flush these toilets. Because I know bills, I ain't never had a late fee in day of my life. I ain't never had no eviction. Like, I've always been about my business when it comes to keeping the roof over my kids' head. So come on in. Never came, right? So when I called at 10 o'clock, 10 a.m., they was like, her autopsy is complete. So remember this part, y'all. This is just common sense. I tell y'all, they took one look at me, and soon I killed my daughter. This is how they treated me. Because of that assumption, my baby never got tested for anything. I told these people what she ate. She should have got tested. You should have tested all the stuff in her stomach, her blood. My daughter never got tested from October 18, 2024. She did not get tested until December 2025. My right hand to God. This is what I just was dealing with. The whole time, the coroner's office here has been declining, ignoring my lawyer's subpoena for over a year. Yes, I got her cremated, but they keep samples. These are the samples that y'all supposed to use to test for listeria. Not Ebola. What's it called? Salmonella. I'm probably not pronouncing it. All these bacteria from food, right? She should have been tested the moment she died. Correct? Am I tripping? Am I over exaggerating? This is protocol. Should have been, right? I truly feel like because they took one look at me and my daughter, she didn't get this process. I don't care what nobody say. If she was the other color, I ain't being racist. I'm saying my experience. If this little girl looked like Rapunzel, she would have got treated better. I don't care what nobody say. Because they don't believe our pain. They don't believe what we say. They think everybody just out here just illing their kids. I understand there's people out there doing that. I understand that. But have compassion in the beginning until you get proof of the autopsy in the autopsy. Oh, so now, since the CPS lady never showed up, it had to be like a few people like, oh, they ain't coming. Because their autopsy ruled out foul play. They was banking for her autopsy to have a fractured skull or broken bones or what. Y'all was banking for my daughter to have been abused and it been from me. That's what y'all was banking on. You think I ever got an apology? No. I ain't gonna hold my breath. But they messed up. But because of that assumption, this is my opinion. I feel like even with coming to cops, like how they be having people license plate. I feel like it's a secret log where y'all put people in these systems. Y'all got a secret log and y'all put y'all notes. Hey, I think this mother just da-da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? Because of that assumption, she never got tested from October 18, 2024 to December 2025. But guess what? Look how the devil was trying to work. Even though, big key factor. Coroner's office by law, every state could be different, but coroner's offices by law only hold human remains for 1 year. So October 18, 2025 was her 1 year death anniversary, right? I pulled up on them. They opened at 8. I was there at 8:01. October 1st, Monday, I was there at 8:01. I'm speaking to the clerk's office, which is a white lady. Why they send 3 black ladies out to talk to me? Y'all already know what that means. Oh, which child was it? And was it the twins? I'm not saying this lady's supposed to remember my face and remember which child go with my face. I get that. I get they see death every day. I get that. I ain't tripping on that. But once I'm talking about calm. I explained the situation. She truly ate this. I got proof. I had to show, I broke all this down to them. Once they saw that, it was like, yeah, we messed up. But the other lady told on them. One of them kept flicking through a piece of paper, a folder. She kept saying, well, this subpoena right here. This subpoena just came out today. It sounded like y'all got subpoena 4, 5, 6, 7 times, and y'all kept ignoring it. Tell me if I'm tripping. This is why she never got tested. So once I came to their face, I said, I'm saying this to y'all face. Y'all think y'all slick. Y'all trying to wait for October 18, 2025 for 1 year mark to discard her samples. I'm not dumb. I'm going to ride for my baby. I'm never going to give up. This is not fair that y'all can just dismiss her case. How can the CDC decline from testing her for listeria? How can y'all decline that? They literally told me it's only one place in the United States of America that could test for listeria. The CDC of Atlanta. So if it's only one place in America, how can they decline testing a child from dying from eating a recalled food? Please tell me how. I tried Crump, denied me. I don't know if that was a scam that I was talking to and they just emailed me and said it's his office. They denied me. They won't even take her case. Hell, I'll talk to the orange man. If anybody can put this on the news and put some spotlight on my daughter and point me to the right direction, I'm not doing it for the money. I'm not doing it for the money. I want justice for my daughter. This is not fair that she ate something and it took her life for 2 days and y'all sitting here blaming it on her heart. But clearly, the bacteria from the food deteriorated all her organs. Right? So, let me tell you, once I said that to their face, y'all trying to wait for the 1 year mark to discard her body, to discard her samples, her human remain samples. Y'all think y'all slick, and once they actually heard my story from the heart and they realized they messed up, then they started complying with my lawyers a year later. It was past October 18, 2025. Y'all didn't comply until December 2025. But guess what? Look how the devil tried to work. The first hurdle, somebody had got shot. Remember I said the only place in the world could test for listeria is the CDC of Atlanta. Somebody got shot on the CDC of Atlanta campus. They shut it down. I said, I see the devil busy. He trying to block the samples from getting there. This is how my mind is. I look at stuff from every angle. Y'all can say, oh yeah, this girl crazy. If y'all still listening. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. This is my story. This is what happened to my daughter. So now, once it opened up, guess what else happened in the world? The government shut down. So now, like, okay, I see the devil steady trying to put hurdles up, steady trying to block it. You ain't got no authority here. No, no. Y'all not finna do this. So they finally get the samples to the CDC, and I get her birthday. She would have been 14, March 4th, 2026, right? I kept saying, I think that's gonna be her birthday gift. Well, we get the results and it be proof. We end up getting the results like the end of February. Her pathology report. That's where it said those two long words. It's a virus that she was positive for, which that alone affects people with weakened immune system. Because I kept asking doctors that, and I kept asking my lawyers that, like, even with listeria only affect pregnant women, elderly women, and people with weak immune systems. You know what I'm saying? She had a blood disorder. I've always wondered, did she have a weak immune system? I was never told that. But that would have answered the question if it was listeria. But guess what? This is just my assumption. Hypothetically, let's say listeria only stay in your bloodstream or in your body for 30 days. The coroner, it's your fault. That's like tampering with evidence. You neglected and you ignored my lawyer's subpoena for over a year. You just messed up the whole case. So even if they was, I gotta go back. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. They finally got it to the CDC of Atlanta, but they only tested whatever they tested, but the results came back, those long 2 words that said the bacteria in her, it killed her liver, spleen, kidney, all her organs, her heart, her lungs, right? If all this bacteria is bacteria found in the water, the soil, the plants, right? That's the results. And then the virus, and then that's it, right? And then I'm doing air quotes, y'all saying her cause of death is myocarditis, which means inflammation of the heart. But if this bacteria is found in plants and soil and water where y'all growing, I'm assuming where y'all growing our food, the consumer, that y'all was so close, right? Why the coroner's office never asked the CDC to test for listeria? Once we finally got it to the CDC of Atlanta, the only person, what y'all telling me, in America, the United States of America, that can test for listeria. Why wouldn't y'all test for listeria when y'all finally, first of all, she should have been tested when she died. Let's stay there. She should have been tested the moment she died, but they never did that because they assumed I killed my daughter. So now y'all finally get the samples a year later. Y'all never tested it. So when they finally send everything back and give us the results of the pathologist report of the bacteria and blah, 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 they like, wait, so did she have listeria? Oh, the coroner's office never requested that. So that was like mid-February when I learned this. So all this time I have not heard from my lawyers. They're like, this is going to go one of two ways. So I already prepared myself for this, but it still hurts. It breaks my heart. It really does. But they said, we have to send her samples back to the CDC. This can go one of two ways. If they decline to test her for listeria, we have to drop the case, meaning no proof. I understand that. Heartbreaking, heart shattering, soul shattering. I understand it. It's the dumb system we have. Or if they test her for listeria and it come back negative, we have to drop her case because they're only a foodborne illness type of lawyer. I understand that. Heartbreaking. Yeah. But my thing is, why only narrow it down to one type of bacteria? When I'm pretty sure hundreds of bacteria is out there. Why not test stuff for everything? Why just narrow it to one thing? That's so not fair. But literally just got the email I just found out it's dismissed through an email. But y'all say y'all talked to her dad and he just agreed to dismiss it. How y'all talking to him before me? And he only, once he, by law in this state, they have to notify the other parent that the lawsuit has been filed, right? He get the stuff in the mail. You suing me? He's so dumb. I'm like, what are you talking about? That's your notice to let you know that it's a lawsuit for, I ain't saying our child, because that was my daughter. I don't care what nobody say, because you wasn't there. Whatever. Not bitter, just the mother. Anyways. So, now he finds his own lawyer. No, first he asked who's my lawyer because he wanted to get on board. And I'm just looking at why you if you was there for her whole 12 years being a father, I see nothing wrong with it. Whatever we was to get, I see nothing. But you wasn't there. You're not gonna come up off my daughter's death. That's weird. To me, that's just weird. You're a deadbeat to you. That's like your daddy never being in your life, and then you get drafted, and your daddy come out the crowd like, oh, that's my son. We about to make it to the Chicago Bull. That's weird. That is so weird. But anyways, how y'all talk to him first, and he'd agreed to dismiss it, and y'all just waiting on my response. But technically, y'all really already dismissed the case. Y'all just let me know. You know what I'm saying? Acting like I gotta say so in it, and I didn't. Y'all already dismissed it, but y'all only tell me via email. But y'all talk to him. That hurt my feelings so bad. But the fact that you can dismiss her, I broke down so hard yesterday. But it is what it is, because you already dismissed her when she was living, when she was 6 years old. And you ain't seen her since. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to, I wish I needed my grass. I'm trying to find anything. I've been helping people move. I'm just trying to find anything to keep me distracted, because I don't need my mind. My mind ain't gonna never idle. My mind is always on go. My body don't need to idle. Because if I sit down, I'm not suicidal. I don't have the thoughts. I'm just saying, I feel like I'm gonna go crazy. I really wish I can get a megaphone and just find one person just to put enough spotlight on her. Just to put enough spotlight on her, man. That's all I ask. But now, since I'm dismissed, now I'm free to say whatever, but I'm not ignorant to say the names, because it's so many people I want to go after now. And I said, this is not a money grab. I already know it's going to be the people in the comment. Oh, you didn't know I'm not. It's so much I wanted to do with it. I wanted to create my daughter a foundation for the youth, for the kids on the street that don't have a mother, that don't have nobody to teach them. I know I'm not a man, but I wanted to do so much. I wanted my son to have his own business where I could get little kids his age, teenagers and young men. If I could teach them, I'm self-taught on everything. I know how to change a 3-prong plug from a dryer to a 4-prong. You got to have your grind. I'm self-taught on all that. I know I can't teach my son how to be a man, but I pray I do right by my son. If I could teach a young boy off the street, just a stranger, if I could put a little spotlight on him and hey, come here, get this lawnmower. Let me teach you how to cut grass. Let me teach you how to use a screwdriver. Man, when I showed this to my cousin's son, lefty loosey, righty tighty, like the look on his face was like, oh, that's so cool. That meant the world to me. I wanted a foundation, so I know it would have started off small, just me and my cousin kids, then word of mouth. It could have grew into something that could have been my daughter's legacy and it wasn't just going to be for kids. It was going to be for anyone. It was going to be for elderly people. I wanted to create something where when we scan our food, the app be red, green, orange, red with the ingredients. If it's red, that means it's not safe to eat. I want how we sitting here right now. If you still listening this far, I thank you. I wanted to create something where when you sit in that house, your Apple Watch or your Galaxy Watch or your phone, if you're with technology, would text you right now, the bread you just bought 2 weeks ago is now on recall. That's how we should be getting notified. And for the elderly people that's not tech savvy, they should get a postcard in the mail. Your blood pressure medicine is on recall. That bread you just bought is on recall. And it should interrupt your TV every day at 10 a.m. Beep, beep, beep. I wanted to create a universal card. Man, I'm going to quit talking because somebody might steal my ideas. This ain't over. One lawyer don't stop a show. 2 lawyers. I tried 2. It's so many lawyers out there. I just need help getting the right person to hear my story, hear my daughter's story, and care enough. I just want justice for my daughter. I don't got to get a dime from this. I just want somebody to put her on the news, somebody to investigate this children's hospital, the coroner's office, and the CDC. Because I really feel like y'all just got paid off to decline her case. How can y'all write her off like that? I'm so heartbroken. That y'all just gave up on my daughter. And I'm not blaming my lawyers. My lawyers did a damn good job. I will forever be grateful. Y'all try. I thank you. It's the system. It don't matter what color you are. We should not be getting our health ignored when somebody say they're in pain or they need help. We shouldn't be frowning upon somebody because they homeless. Look, man, y'all don't never know how y'all block y'all blessings. Y'all never know how y'all block y'all blessings. This world is so wicked. And these corporations, y'all got these laws in place to protect y'all, to keep y'all in immunity. So ain't nothing I ain't gonna say never happen to y'all, but I pray that, what's his name, JFK Jr.? Man, if he can hear this, if the orange man can hear this, y'all need to ban these ingredients in the food that is killing people. Should no other child have to die from eating their favorite food? And these elderly people not aware of this stuff. They probably, if they are on social media, they probably don't even know if these people are AI. They probably think that's real people. That's dangerous. It's just the wicked world we live in, man. I just want justice for my daughter. Like, if anybody can hear this, if anybody can reach out to me, I just want my baby story on the news so it can bring awareness. It's just not fair that they just count her out and they just get away with killing her. That's not fair. That is so not fair. I appreciate y'all listening. I really wish somebody help her.